For a couple of you, the first time meeting Pancho was on set in that first scene. That first scene really sets the tone. So a big round of applause for Pancho for really bringing it. I had no idea you were nervous. You blew my mind. It really sets the tone for the film and lets the viewer know that not only do the characters not have any idea where they're at, we don't have any idea either. So I'm going to ask you a little bit about coming to that and what you were going through in your head coming out, getting ready, and how much of it, you said you ad-libbed a fair amount, that you had extra stuff that was shot. So how much of that was you and how much was on the page?
Well, I mean, translating, like I got to set and it was like, Rob was like, you know, like I see on your resume it says that you could speak Spanish, so like, you know, let's try some stuff in Spanish, you know. And me being, you know, like just so hungry and so just ambitious as we all are, and I just knew all my lines. I was ready to go. It's like, you remember some of your lines? I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And so some stuff can translate well easily, and then some stuff you just gotta improvise. And I didn't want to disrespect any of the writing by like changing words around, but then at the same time I was like, none of these motherfuckers know what I'm saying. I'm just gonna say whatever and hopefully no one will understand. And of course, Rob was just so into it. He's like, oh my God, that was so great. Holy shit, all your dialogue is in Spanish now. And I was like, all right, damn it, you know, like, this is gonna be kind of hard. And then I was like, well, Rob, are you gonna have like, you know, like any subtitles? He's like, fuck no. I was like, Rob, you know, like no one's gonna understand me. He's like, that's the whole thing, Pancho. He's like, it's something about someone chasing you and you don't know what the fuck they're saying. And I was like, all right, cool, you know? But still, I had to make it make sense to me, you know? So I did some research, as all of us actors do. We all got our different like methods, and you know, I did some research, and apparently like a lot of the Nazis that didn't die in World War II, you know, migrated to South America, Argentina, Chile, Brazil. So that's how it started making sense to me, because if, as an actor, if you don't believe in what you're saying, no one else is gonna believe what you're saying. So it started making sense to me, and that's when I got to use my imagination. You know, I got to be like, all right, you know, crazy Nazi migrated to South America, was fascinated with the little person, adopted one, and then he performed lobotomies on him, did electric shock therapy, you know, took his pain sensation.
This is a sequel, but
or the sensation away, and just like taught him hate and just let him loose into the world.
Wait, some of this is based on your actual life story.
Maybe there'll be a prequel.
see, I had a similar thing with the other language, but it was Larry. I couldn't understand what he was saying with the Jamaican accent that he had. So both Meg and I and Sherry, we would look at each other and we'd wait till he was, oh yeah, he's done. It's my turn. Because sometimes I had no idea what he was going to do, and sometimes he would just riff. So I was also terrorized by another actor, not by the story.
He was on your team.
He was on my team.
I think one of the best parts of this movie, and one of the things that fans loved so much, was the connection that we all had with your characters with a very short period of time. We didn't have a lot of time to get to know our good guys, but you all brought those characters to life very quickly. And Meg, for you in particular, you were stunning. You were amazing. How much fun was it getting to use that chainsaw on set and really be a badass?
Yeah!
What was that like? You spinning our chainsaw around, fighting off bad guys? Like,
What was it like?
yeah, absolutely. What was going through your mind?
It was fun. Especially with Torsten. Torsten was the beautiful marshmallow, the very tall marshmallow man with the tutu on. Yeah, he's really nice. I had a good time. I'm physical. I'm very comfortable. It's very funny. It gives me great joy. But I will say that at one point it got sort of heavy, And I got a little worried because I thought he was going to get me. You know, I mean, I knew that it wasn't real, but it was like sort of getting really heavy. And I got really nervous. I thought, he's going to get me. It's just so wonderful working. Do you know? And when Rob finally called cut, it was like, I said, oh, thank God, I didn't think I was going to be able to hold it down. But, you know, chainsaws, they do have a history, don't they? And I remember when there weren't things like chainsaws. And I did think of that when we were in that lounge space, that I was old enough to remember when there weren't chainsaws. And when I met the first chainsaw, you know, which my father had, scared the bejesus out of me. I did. It was, you know, and I got old enough, so I did use one very gently at times on trees. I was allowed, but it was fun to really wield it and weld it. And yeah, I liked it a lot.
As you can tell, when you act with Meg, you know she's like 120% in any scene. She's there, so it makes it so much easier to act with someone like this because you get lost in it too because she's right with you.
Well, and speaking of 120% in, you have the most physical role of anyone in this film, fighting off everyone left, right, and center.
It was originally written as the ass-kicking carny mechanic, but it was really should have been the carny mechanic who gets his ass kicked by everyone. He even kicks me in the nuts at one. Everybody in this whole film beat me up.
But you did get your chance to show off the gun show. Yeah. Did you bring the guns tonight?
I'm not going to show them tonight. Not here.
How much preparation did you have for the stunts that you were doing, going through fighting every single person?
For some reason, I didn't get a stunt guy, and I limped out at the end of this film trying to like recover from all that.
You did well. You didn't need a stunt guy.
Well, you
didn't need a stunt guy.
He looked great. He looked great. He was taking on the world. And then, you know, at the end, I mean, hey, at the end you take on Doomhead. You go full on. You go full on against Doomhead. That takes guts.
Yeah, I get my ass kicked again.
He did get his ass kicked.